You got more Z stuff?
Yeah, well, Z and what you call it. So, okay, so as you guys know, with that Z, um, there's no official word from Nissan yet about a possible convertible version of the car, but just so you guys know that the Z has had a convertible version since 1993 with the Z32, the car we were just talking about. So, and the current 370Z, there is called the 370Z Roadster, but that car was discontinued this year. Now, Taro, give me a reason why you think it was discontinued. It's the year 2020. Things don't go well for a lot of things. But why do you think it was discontinued? I think it was number one. It wasn't selling well. Number one, and the reason was because it was heavy.
Yeah.
With all the roadsters or convertibles always heavier than the stock version, and it only came with an automatic gearbox, and it was a little more, it was a little pricey. So the car wasn't doing that well, so they got rid of it this year. But our Otaku spies says, hey, with this this upcoming car, the one you saw, it's given Nissan and the engineers to refine and kind of, rework the current Z's platform, right, for the upcoming car, because, it's going to have another different engine. And, everyone's still calling it the 400Z. We don't know if that's going to be the official name or not, but
they said they've decided on a name already, but they're not saying. They're not saying. Yeah.
Okay, so we'll just call it the 400Z for argument's sake. But they say a convertible Z could be a reality. It's not going to take much to make it into a convertible because it's already been a convertible, and they said they'll probably learn their lessons from the 370Z Roadster and make sure it has a soft top, which the 370Z Roadster also did, but it won't have an automatic roof. So that'll try to, they'll try to keep the weight down as much as possible, and they'll probably equip it with a manual gearbox. So there, that will make the convertible version way more popular because, I mean, if I was driving a convertible down like, in a mountain road, like Rob was saying, it's with the top down, you gotta have a manual gearbox, just kind of do, right?
And heated seats.
And exactly, and heated seats. So
and you like that little blower on the back of your neck as well. That's
I don't need that.
That's a little bit too pricey for most cars, but
I don't need that. I'll grow a mullet or something, Take care of that.
Wear a scarf.
Yeah, but here's some. James has been kind enough to put up some of these renderings of some Z's that are out there of a convertible version. To tell you the truth, say again.
That one looks like a Miata, the red one.
It does.
Yeah. I think the car's gonna end up looking a little like a Miata. Especially in photos.
Is that a good thing?
I don't think it's a bad thing, but is it a good thing? I mean,
like you said,
$50,000, it's not.
Well, no, because if it looks too much like it, like you said, Rob, I mean, in a way, it's can I have a convertible, please, kind of a thing, right? I mean,
I disagree. I think this one does not look like a Miata at all. I think it looks like a Fiat 124 Spider. Totally different.
Yeah, it looks like that too. But the Fiat Spider aren't they kind of no? Is it the Alpha? But the Miata, it's pretty much the same car as one of those Italian ones. So
it is exactly the same car.
Yeah,
it is.
I'm gonna jump on this call, guys. Thank you for having me.
You out of here? Thanks, Rob, buddy. Thanks, man.
Thank you so much, Rob. It was an absolute pleasure.
Enjoy the rest of the show. I look forward to seeing it.
All right, see ya.
Thanks.
Okay, so Rob couldn't handle too much Z and
no, he didn't. He's definitely not a fan.
Yeah, but I think it works as a convertible. I mean, but Taro, here's the thing: you lose the katana, you lose the roof line, and you lose that profile you like. I think the roof line. So tell me, guys, what you think. Should the when the S30 came out and the subsequent models, they never had a convertible. Okay. It's with the Z32 in, was it 92 or whatever I said, is when the convertible came, Z convertible. Is it time to just do away with the convertible, or is there room? Is there a need? Is there a reason? That's the word I want. Reason for a Z convertible.
Well, you guys know I'm not a convertible guy.
No, I'm not saying for you. I'm just saying for the market, for the world.
I don't know why we would need one though. I just don't get the. I mean, is it worth it?
You don't think there's a
a big enough demand for a convertible? I don't know. I don't know.
I would think that we'll have the Nissan Proto Z come out next year. We'll talk all year about them doing a convertible. In 2022, they'll talk the convertible will come out. In 2023, we'll have a Nismo version of the regular car come out. And I think that then you'll have a Nismo convertible. That gives you 4 years worth of 4 years of releases with the same car, gives you 4 years worth of coverage, very little things to change mechanically. The design will probably be pretty straightforward. You don't have to do too much tooling differences on the assembly line. And I think it gives you a 4-year run out of a platform that's been going since what, 2011?
Yeah, a while. And
so that's
and
a 15-year platform on the car. And then it gives you time to say, well, is it making us money? Can we put that, is Nissan making money? Is it in a better place now? Can we go with something different? Where can we go? But that's 4 years worth of car you're getting out of a 350/370 car, basically.
And just mind you, it might be a $55,000 to $60,000 car at least. So it's going to get a little expensive.
Yeah.
But I mean, as James says, hey, you get, you could kind of extend the brand appeal of the car, and like I said, they have 370Z Roadster before, so strengthening the the rigidity and all that stuff, and working.
Yeah, that's all really straightforward, I think, for at this point, especially for this car, Sam Mariga. I mean, I think they could probably come out with it easily at launch, but I think it's pragmatic for them to have different ones come out over certain periods of time to
couple years after.
Yeah, to keep the interest in the brand and then keep rejuvenating it and say, these are the changes we've made.
So James says yes, for Nissan's sake, for the Z's appeal in its life, its lifespan, it's probably a good idea to have them. So Taro's saying, nah, you don't think so. The world doesn't need this car.
I don't know. Well, I mean, Nissan will probably come out with it, I think.
Okay.
But
yeah,
I don't know if the world needs it. Yeah, I don't know if the world needs it.
But what if now, going straight to my next car, the Toyota Supra comes out with the convertible, okay? Because, the BMW Z4, the car that the Supra is based on, right? Or pretty much it's the same car, just with a different body, is a convertible.
Yeah.
And even Tetsuya Tada, right? The Tada-san, the chief engineer of the Supra said, hey, of course, and I'm quoting now, of course we considered the convertible. And when you think about it, this is something that would make sense considering, the 5th gen Supra is so closely related to the Z4. This is what he's saying still. So it probably wouldn't be very hard to come out with a convertible A90. So that's what he said. So it sounds like there's going to be a convertible. Okay.
Sounds like there could be one. I mean, it's technically not hard to come up with one.
Right. Now with the previous Supra, right? I mean, I think they had a Targa version, but they never really had a convertible total drop top open top model, right?
Yeah. And
most of the people in Japan, not the Toyota people, are saying, hey, our Otaku Spies says the buzz is that if there is going to be a Toyota Supra convertible, the A90, it will be a Targa. But the Otaku is saying that's not what they're hearing from Toyota. They said it probably will be a full-on soft top model like the Z4. And Toyota hasn't made a convertible version of the 8.6, right? Right, and that could easily be a convertible. But they did build a concept model, but they decided not to build it.
Yeah, I remember seeing that concept model
at Auto Salon, I think.
Auto Salon, or they had one at Long Beach too.
Right. Yeah. So you can look at it two ways. They didn't want to do the convertible 8.6, right? Because they were planning on doing it with the Supra, right? Because they didn't want two roadster, two-seat sports convertible sports cars.
I don't know if they're thinking that far ahead. Do you think they were thinking that far ahead when they were?
Dude, these guys are thinking like 10, 15, 20 years ahead. They already have like drawings and stuff of cars that are like 10 years in the future. And yeah, they're thinking way ahead.
Okay.
So, yeah, trust me, they are.
All right.
And so, you know, so maybe they're not interested in making, you know, having two convertibles. So the Supra, they are saving it for the Supra. Or Toyota says, hey, you know, we just don't want to do any convertibles, which I don't think is the case. Our Otaku Spies says, hey, you could pretty much count on the Supra coming out as a convertible, but we don't know yet. So anyways, what do you guys think about that? If the Z, Taro, if you don't think the Z, we really need a Z convertible in the world, does that mean we don't really need a Supra convertible in the world? Thank you, James, for that.
Well, the Targa would be interesting, I think, for the Supra.
To me, you know, Targa's always, like even the Porsche 911s, I'm not a big Targa guy because, you know, hey, if you're going to do a convertible, you know? Let's go all the way, you know, not just remove the roof and put it in the.
Yeah, I just don't.
I know it makes it heavier and all that stuff, but
yeah, well,
we'll do a convertible.
I just don't like how the way the convertible totally just messes up the form of the car, though. When it's
you know,
off,
sometimes it looks nicer, you know, the body line there, but with the Supra, you know, like the Z, I can understand, even though, you know, I still think it'll probably work as a convertible, but I like that roof line. With the Supra, really, some people hate that double bubble, right?
Yeah.
So that gets rid of that. So
yeah,
I think the Supra, to tell you the truth, you're not going to believe this. I'm not really a convertible guy, but I'm going to go on the record right now. To me, a convertible Supra would be more appealing than the hardtop Supra.
I'm going to go on the record and say that this rendering, however this person has done it, while I'm sure they are an absolutely lovely person, this is a horrendous rendering of a vehicle.
There's another one.
No, we'll get to that. We'll get to that in a second. But I just want to point out how grotesque and hideous this rendering is. Now, I don't mean you are a lovely person, but this is awful. This is an abomination.
What's the other one?
But this one from my buddy and probably your buddy, John Sabal, is wonderful. But this really does just look like a bit. I mean, if you put your thumb over that Toyota badge at the front there, that's a BMW Z4 any day of the week, and it's just nice, easy. Get it out there, done, perfect, wonderful.
Hey James, let me put up a photo real quick if you don't mind. Now these tuners in Japan have already made one. They chopped down so that's
Tokyo Auto Salon.
Yeah, it could be Auto Salon or it could be some Auto Messi.
Maybe they're planning on, I think bringing it to the Auto Salon. And
I think you went the other way with that, Taro. Instead of going auto, you should have just stopped with awful is where we should go with that at this point in time.
You know what? I have to agree with James. That is hold on. Here's another one.
You're talking about the orange one, right? Yeah, the orange one. It looks hideous. Yeah,
it's pretty hideous.
Yeah, it's terrible.
I mean, it's not that good, honestly. It's not hideous. It's truly an abomination.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Okay, so these are actual photos of the car that someone actually made it into a convertible.
And bless their little cotton socks. They put the time and effort in, and I'm sure it's lovely. And it's
you're
exactly what they want.
You're pissing off a lot of people today, James.
I get that from you, but it's not for me. This one is not for me. This is a hard pass.
Yeah, for me, if it's done right, I think I would rather have a Toyota Supra convertible than a Toyota Supra. And again, this will be probably a $60,000 car at least.
Yeah,
so.
I'm kind of with you on that, Sam. I mean, I'm not a big fan of the current. Well, the top, the bubble roof anyway. So.
Oh yeah, I don't mind the bubble roof. I just think the car works.
I mean, like John Sabal's the white convertible.
Go ahead, James. Can you put up the John Sabal one? Yeah, so we don't have to look at this. Look at that horrible.
Really good. Yeah, I mean. That orange
Taro and James, you guys know, like Tokyo Auto Salon, those Japanese tuners, some of them, the bad taste is part of the.
That's the part of the appeal. That's part of the fun. It's like like seeing something that you shouldn't be seeing. It's like watching a horror film.
Yeah. You just can't turn away. I just can't stop watching this.
Exactly.
Right. I can't stop looking at this. So anyways, those are the two cars that we're talking about. Look for it. We really think our Otaku Spies says they're both coming.